Imagine a resource that would allow society to rely less on fossil fuels, decrease deforestation, reduce the use of agricultural pesticides, and increase energy efficiency overall. Well, this resource exists and is known as hemp. While I'm sure many of us are aware of the stigma typically attached to hemp, I'm here to assure you that hemp itself serves no recreational purpose and should not be confused with what one typically calls marijuana. The most notable difference between the two being the extremely low levels of THC found in hemp. The levels of THC found in hemp are so low that it can serve no recreational purpose whatsoever and is strictly a resource. Up until the 1950s, hemp was grown commercially in the United States, and many historical figures, including George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson, were known to use hemp products such as clothing, rope, and paper. In fact, the U.S. Declaration of Independence was first drafted upon a piece of hemp paper. It is time that the U.S. goes back to its old ways of thinking when it comes to industrial hemp and realizes the extreme value that this resource could serve to this country. In today's speech, I'm going to discuss the different benefits of industrial hemp and the reasons why it should be produced in the United States, including economic benefits, positive effects on the environment, and many potential uses for hemp. Let's first start with the economic benefits of hemp. I should first start by saying that hemp is very easy to grow. It thrives in every single area of this country and really doesn't require much work. It requires little to no pesticides, very low production costs, and it has a high yield per acre, which is very good. And not only that, it actually regenerates and detoxifies soil so that when you plant a new crop in that soil, it's going to produce more fruitful crops. Also, obviously, any new industry is going to create jobs. So if we utilize the hemp industry and use it for the many resources it could produce, that would create jobs in many sectors of the economy, including, most importantly, agricultural, which everyone knows farming has been going down in the past few years, and those people who are farmers are really struggling. This could potentially help them. And of course, taxation on hemp crops would produce a lot of revenue for the government, the state government specifically. The hemp also serves many environmental benefits. Firstly, we could say that hemp reduces deforestation because we would no longer need to produce trees specifically for making paper, because hemp grows faster than trees and therefore is a more renewable resource, and hemp actually produces stronger paper products than trees do. Hemp also requires little to no pesticides to grow, which I said before, which makes it a sustainable agriculture, and it is not going to be putting harmful pollutants into the environment through use of pesticides. And also another interesting fact is that hemp produces oxygen at the same rate that it would be releasing carbon dioxide into the air if it was being burned for fuel, which means if we decided to burn hemp for fuel, which we should, then as we plant more hemp for the future fuel, it's actually going to negate the carbon dioxide which is being produced by the burning of hemp because it's creating oxygen. It is also interesting to note that hemp was used after the Chernobyl accident. They planted hemp in the soil to basically suck out the radioactive elements from the soil. Hemp actually cleans up pollutants in the soil. There are many potential uses for hemp. Which could be used in America today. Hemp could be used to create different types of plastic and construction materials. As I said before, hemp could be used for paper. Hemp can be used to produce clothing that is much stronger than the cotton and other types of fabric that we use today, and therefore it will last longer. Hemp can be used for fuel, which would be amazing because it is a renewable resource, unlike fossil fuels. Hemp can be used for animal feed, can also be used for body products such as shampoo, body wash, lotion, all those sorts of things. And hemp can also be used for oil paints and many other industrial products such as caulking or putty. As you can see, the benefits of industrial hemp are huge. Whether you choose to focus on the economic benefits, the environmental benefits, or the many various uses for the product, it is undeniable that hemp and its production have the potential to produce a wide array of benefits for the United States. It is important that we ignore the stigmas attached to industrial hemp and realize that those stigmas are simply not true. Hemp serves as a viable resource that should be utilized to the fullest extent. If we continue to ignore the benefits of industrial hemp, we are only hurting ourselves and our own future.